Hello, my loves, and welcome back to BehatiLife YouTube channel. If you're meeting for the first time, welcome. And for those of you that are old friends and family, welcome back. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be diving into the energy of the week ahead. Now, if you're here looking for astrological transits, predictions, those are things that I'm now reserving for my members of BehatiLove Notes. It's similar to a Patreon. In today's video, we're going to be diving exclusively into intuitive readings and channelings, which is something that I'm known best for, along with my astrology predictions. But my real true gift is my ability to channel energy and share those predictions, those messages over to you to help you navigate through the week ahead, the times ahead, regardless of the time that you're clicking on this video. The tarot decks that I'm going to be working with will all be listed down below in the description box. They can be found in my Amazon storefront. And if these types of readings work with you, if they support you, uplift you, do know that, again, BehatiLove Notes is available for you with that. So let's go ahead, let's get some coffee, get some tea, let's get cozy, and let's dive right in. All right, my loves, so give me a moment to shuffle, connect with the deck, and see what the energy has in store for us now. There has been a lot going on in current events. So really interested to see how this energy is going to unfold. We're going to start, Three of Swords is the first card to jump out, and that's in alignment with reflecting current times, current events. We're going to be focusing more on the messages that we need to hear, and my desire is to break each category down, each section of our life down. So we're going to start with overarching general messages that we need to hear. We're going to move into love life, we're going to move into money, and then we're going to end with spiritual messages to kind of cover all of our bases. Now, this is something that I'm newly starting because those happen to be the 3 or 4 main categories that you guys primarily focus on. I try to section them all into the one overarching general message, but I'm realizing that it's best to kind of break them down into different categories. So let's go ahead and start with general readings. 3 of Wands is the first card to jump out. I'll show you in just a second. The Empress card, really beautiful. The Devil card, not surprised to see that. That card's been showing up a lot lately. And the 9 of Pentacles, that's also a card that's been showing up. So I'm going to break down 3 of Wands for me, please. The Tower card and the Knight of Swords. The Empress card is 6 of Swords. Talk to me about the Devil card. 3 of Swords, Fool card reverse, and 10 of Wands reverse. A lot of energy coming through there. And the Queen of Pentacles. I thought this was the 9 of Pentacles, but it's actually Queen of Pentacles. Clarify that for me, please. 10 of Cups reversed and the Death card reversed. So give me just a second here to look at these energies. Number 1, let's go ahead and start with the 3 of Wands. I don't know if you guys are seeing that clearly. And then the Knight of Swords and the Tower card. In the future, my plan is to have this set up a little bit more different, but we will strive to show up today instead of being perfect. Okay, interesting. Okay, overarching energy for the week ahead with the 3 of Wands, the Tower card, and the Knight of Swords. Right away, this is showing me that there's this need to kind of look towards the future. For some of you guys, I'm getting this energy of like anticipating something. Make sure that your anticipation isn't turning into anxiety. How many of you guys have been walking through with me on this journey of going back to your altar space, going back to your rituals, your routines, your rites and practices? If you have already started to pray, to set intention, then allow that to be the vibe. Allow those prayers to unfold as they should. If you have not done that, and you are experiencing anxiety and tension as far as what is going to happen, this energy of apprehension for the future, it's time for you to go back to your spiritual practice, your spiritual spaces, your sanctuary, your sacred space, and call in your angels and your guides to help comfort you instead of you trying to move and pivot and anticipate what is going to happen next. I do want to talk to you guys about this overarching energy here with the the Empress energy and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, with the Empress energy, we always have to remember that each of us, regardless of how you identify, we each carry feminine energy. Feminine energy attracts. It doesn't chase, it doesn't pursue, it doesn't force, it doesn't fight, it doesn't need to convince or persuade. It just is. And anything that is meant to match your energy and anything that is in alignment with you and your energy, it will naturally align. It will naturally stick. You don't need to chase again and try to convince and pursue. Let it be. If there is conflict or tension, because definitely with the Devil card, Three of Swords here, the Fool card reversed, there is this feeling of like anticipating the next kind of sharp message, the next attack, the next steps, the next stress. This happens when we're in survival mode. Totally relatable. I just by looking at the charts, the astrology charts, I can see and I can understand why you would feel a need to protect, preserve, anticipate, and plan accordingly. But the truth is that number one, you're brilliant. We know that. You're really, really brilliant. You're creative. And with that creative, brilliant mind, you can think of a million things that could happen, that could go wrong, that could go right. It would drive you crazy trying to anticipate the next steps. With the energy of the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, I wonder how much more you can see, feel, and activate your power simply by allowing the energy to just be, to allow yourself to just be. If things again tend to fall away, if they break down, if they reveal themselves in a way that doesn't match what you wanted and that what you saw for yourself, is it possible that you can be okay with that energy being what it is and then allowing yourself to drift, to flow, to move to the places where are honestly in the eyes of your ancestors, your divine, the guides, that they feel like this is in alignment. This is something that is deserving for you. So one last message, and I'm really feeling this really strongly, is that for some of you guys with the Three of Wands here and the Tower card, the reality is, and the page, the Knight of Swords, it feels like you're doing a lot of effort to kind of figure out someone's intentions, someone's next steps, the moves of the universe. Like, what's going to happen next? The universe, I know it's going to surprise me. I can feel it. I can sense it. My intuition, like, it's this energy of like, what is going to happen next? What is going to be the next thing? And that is really beautiful if your intuition is speaking to you and you can know and sense that there's something on the horizon. When it arrives, you will know. It will knock on your door, right? So with the Knight of Swords here showing up, there's this need to kind of prove, pick up, find facts, evidence of exactly what this energy is. But the overarching energy that Spirit wants you to know and wants you to hold on to is not this energy of predicting, but in you allowing the energy again to show up and unfold the way that it will. If it is for your highest and greatest good, trust me, believe me, it will come through in a way that is clear, obvious, and it will be easy and an effortless choice. Even if it requires work, effort, it's not going to be so antagonizing to your energy. It's not going to steal your peace or keep you up at night. So with the Empress card here, there is this message here about trusting that things are moving forward for your highest and greatest good, with all things considered. Six of Swords is the energy of, okay, yes, clearly some things were popping off with the Tower card here, but the waters start to calm, the air starts to clear. Why? Because It's just that number one, it's divine timing. But number two, you clearly, someone here has gone to their altar, spoken their prayers, set their intentions, and the universe heard and has responded accordingly. And those things are moving into place. Now, it's so interesting to me because the Devil card is showing up here. And really, really interesting when I shuffle and I see the Devil card for the collective energy, for global events, world events, the Devil card definitely does give problems. Like, it's very, very problematic energy. That's obvious. We can easily predict that just by the fact that it's called the Devil card, right, in the tarot deck. You don't need to be a tarot professional to be like, I see that this could be a problem, right? But when it comes to our personal lives, our intimate lives, and when I'm shuffling and pulling for individuals one-on-one or for BehatiLove Notes, it's so interesting because the Devil card shows up and it doesn't give that toxic energy. It really hasn't been giving toxic energy. It gives what it's giving is like commitment, like contractual fated agreement that you agreed upon, if you believe this or not. Before you arrived here on earth, it's like, this is this karmic lesson. This is this destined chapter for you to experience in your life right now. And it's divine timing. The beauty about this is that when it's destined, it does tend to have some challenging moments, but those challenging moments have a major reward. That reward can look like relationships that stand the test of time, parts of you that are going to be a part of your character, that are going to be a part of your development, your growth, your beauty, this new version of yourself. This is going to show, for some of you guys, you might be purchasing a house, settling yourself into this new home environment that you worked so hard to build. For someone here, this is a habit that you are turning not into a habit now, but a lifestyle. It's showing this deep-rooted drive, committed energy that I fully understand, and I support, I applaud, and I encourage. So that energy is still showing up here today. Now, I do want to say that when I'm shuffling again for the larger collective, global energy, the Devil card is definitely coming through a lot, and the energy is problematic. But again, when it comes to our personal readings, when I'm doing one-on-one with you guys, the energy feels like, wow, I respect this person's ambition. I respect how committed they are to bettering themselves. I respect how committed they are to this relationship and this partnership, really pushing through thick and through thin. These are things that it is, again, that I'm seeing within the energy, and I'm seeing this now here today. So even though the Three of Swords is showing up and the Fool card reversed and the Ten of Wands reversed, to me, it's showing that there's this commitment, there's this focus on making it through regardless of the highs and the lows in life. And to me, once again, I applaud that energy because it shows commitment, it shows dedication, it shows perseverance for the better. Now, with that being said, I want to see and hear from you. What is it that you have committed to? What is it that you are bonded to? What are you like non-negotiable? I'm not compromising on this. I said that I wanted this. I'm working towards it. What is this that is that for you? And if you're sitting here today and you're just like, yeah, Jess, I can't fully relate to this energy right now, that's okay. But I wonder if you're here for a reason, what is it that you can make a commitment and a promise to yourself that will ultimately is for the betterment of you as a person, that will highlight and demonstrate your characteristics. And I know that for some of you guys, you're born into this world, and there's some good moments and there's some moments that really challenge us. Sometimes in the act, again, of survival, the parts of us that are just naturally who we are, ingrained in us, so to speak, sometimes they get hidden because we get so caught in survival mode that the natural strengths of our character, of our passions, that they kind of get eclipsed by the struggle aspect within ourselves. So I wonder if for someone here, if this is an opportunity, a moment for you to rediscover, pull up, extract, nurture, build those parts of yourself that maybe have been lying dormant for a little bit too long that are ready to resurface now. Really, really loving this energy. Speaking of energy that I love, the next cards that we have for overall energy, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at her just in her bed. She's got a bundle of lavender on her pillow, a cat, and what else? An owl sleeping, a snail, a turtle, cotton. It's giving softness. It's giving nurturing. It's giving self-reverence. It's giving ease, luxury, lifestyle, peace. And these are things that you deserve. These are things that Spirit says, listen, if you decided to, you could easily tap into this energy. This is committing yourself, again, to this higher version of yourself, or showing up as that person, whoever this person is. Take a moment and envision this. And the reason why it's giving envision and not so much in the current time is because this is in these cards are showing up in the near future. So in order for us to get there, let's visualize it. Let's embody it. Let's not only just journal about it, or if you haven't journaled about it, it's time to journal about it. Who is this version of yourself that you are walking into? What does he or she do every day in their actions, in their activities, how they show up, how they move? What does that look like? Really get down to the nitty-gritty, the specifics, not just in the energy, but also how you're using your time, what you're eating, what you're drinking, how your time is structured. And I say the word structure, very, very important, because it's the Queen of Pentacles. She loves to have a plan. She loves to have something constant. We will know where she's at because she does the same thing day after day, month after month, week after week, year after year, decade after decade. Sounds boring. It's not, though. It's not. It's these characteristics that help to define you and help to nurture, support, and continue to stabilize the values that are important to you now. Without these things, you're shapeless. You can be very overly flowing. If for those of you guys that are air signs, fire signs, and you're just like, or even water signs, and you're just like, no, I don't like routine. Go back to the most basic of routines. Waking up in the morning, washing your face, brushing your teeth, having breakfast, coffee, or water, whatever it is. Those are things that it doesn't take away from the value of your life. It's taking care of your basic needs. They are basic things that you can say for a fact, I do this every single day without question, because I've been doing it since I was little, and it's for my highest and greatest good, for my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies. Even brushing your teeth. If your teeth are falling out of your head, that can really put a damper on a lot of different energies that are in your life. So try to look at this routine and the structure and these predictable patterns, these predictable ways that you show up for yourself and for others as ways to pour back into your cup. Now, speaking of pouring back into your cup, we have in this deck, we have the Ten of Baskets and the Ancestors card, which is the Death card. Both of these cards are reversed. So there's something here, again, that you may need to stay committed to breaking free off of, not going back to past patterns, especially, and I'm not going to dive into this any deeper. Again, I'm saving this for BehatiLove Notes for those of you guys that are subscribed, but looking at Pluto, looking at Saturn, looking at Jupiter, Uranus. These are planets right now, regardless of when you're tuning in, but definitely, especially in this moment at the time of me putting this video up, they are highlighting they are overly stressing the fact that we are not taking steps back from where we walked away from. We are moving forward. We have chosen to do better. If we didn't choose it, the universe chose it for us. And if the universe chose it for us, then it must be good. I let go, I release, and I pour back into my cup, because there's something here that Spirit, the angels, the guides, the ancestors said, enough is enough. It's time to move forward. So again, whatever it is that you are saying, listen, I don't honor this. I don't show up for this. I don't support this. I don't co-sign to this. I don't like this. I don't want this. Go ahead and throw that trash out in the trash. Do not go back digging through the trash to see, is it still in there? Did it change? It did not change. It's still sitting there underneath the spaghetti sauce. Let it sit out on the curb for the trash people to pick it up and move it on and do with it what they know how to do. So that is the overarching energy for this week. Now, I believe it's time for us to look into the love life. And this is where I know you guys get so excited, and where I tend to not avoid, but it's never really my priority. I've always been really easy and effortless with relationships. I don't know if you guys have noticed that throughout the years. Been on the YouTube channel for a long time. Really, really good with attracting. So it's not something that I think about, all the time, but it's important nonetheless. So let's go ahead and take a sip of our coffee, our tea. I'm going to speak for myself. That's what I'm going to do. And then we'll dive into love and relationships next. So excited for this. All right, honeys. So I did make a little adjustments to our candle that I have burning for us here. It's the original Egyptian temple fixed candle, but which now is named the Sacred Space, just to cover everybody. But yeah, I just love this candle so much. So if you see that it moved, it's because I needed to adjust it a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and look into the love life, by the way. For those of you guys that are interested and work with ritual, magic, setting intention, witchcraft, hoodoo, do know that if love is something that is in the forefront of your mind, I just created a downloadable format for you where you can work your ritual. I'll link it down below. It's a printable guide that you can add to your own grimoire. Or if you don't have a grimoire, and you just need to work a love spell, magic, that's definitely there. That's down for you down below. It's a new addition to my shop. I know that you guys have been asking for that for a long time, so it's finally up. So let's go ahead and look into the love life, shall we? Messages for the love life relationships. Can you guess what card that is? There's a lot going on here. Not gonna lie to you. Let me just not talk. Hold on. This is gonna be a very specific message for someone. Really, really interesting. I don't know if you guys can hear this candle chirping, chiming, cracking. That says everything right then and there. The first card to jump out actually is the Three of Swords. The second card is the Devil card. The third card is the Five of Swords reversed. The second card is the King of Pentacles reversed. And the fourth is the Four of Pentacles reversed. Three of Pentacles reversed, actually. So just like this candle is crackling is just how this energy is coming through with the Three of Swords. We always like to look at the candle and how it's speaking, because it will say volumes of what's going on in this energy. Someone here, and as far as I'm concerned, has put out an expectation or said something that they want. I don't know if it's that you haven't found that yet, you're looking for it and you haven't found your match, or the person that you're matched with, Seven of Cups at the bottom of this deck and the Two of Cups here upright. It just seems like their energy is distracted. There's disconnection, there's separation. For someone here, it could be that you're consumed, focused on your work or your responsibilities or what you want or how you see things. And it's not eye to eye with your partner or this other energy here. Well, we're talking about love relationships, so this would be a partner. If you're not in a relationship and you're looking for love, this is where you can feel really frustrated and disappointed and disenchanted, because it feels like there's a lack of commitment, there's a lack of promise, there's a lack of self-respect for someone here, or a lack of accountability. There's something here that is leaving so much left to be desired, and you deserve more, you expect more, but it just isn't showing up. It's like it's like a prophecy that just won't get fulfilled. So this can be really, really frustrating for someone here. When it comes to the love life, what we need to do is do a full energy cleanse. I'm not even kidding. This is where your stress, your burdens, your tensions, they kind of need to fall away. When it comes to working your magic, and this is kind of a little bit of a pivot, kind of rerouting a little bit, going on a detour of this conversation. When it comes to working your magic, we have to be really important, especially with working with other people, that they have their own goals and things that they are set to achieve within their life. So as their partner, we don't want to step or overshadow or pull them away from what they need to do for themselves karmically in this life or just in general. So when you're working your magic, when you're setting intention, we want to be really mindful of allowing that person to have free will and to make their own choice, their freedom to choose without intersecting. Meanwhile, this candle just went out. That literally is telling me all I need to know. It was actively burning over here, and now all of a sudden it went out. That says everything. Okay, let me finish my thought though. So with that being said, it's possible that there's a need to clear out the energy so that your partner, whether you're in a relationship with them or not, or you're separated, or you haven't met yet, and this is an energy that's meant to come into your life, your partner has the energy cleared out. Do not carry baggage into this relationship. Do not let the baggage sit in your relationship and not deal with it, this clutter, because that's what's coming through and it's negatively impacting the love life. This means that there's something here that someone needs to wash out, remove, and cleanse. You can do this for them. You could do this for you. You could do that for the both of you. But either way, as soon as it's done, you're going to see how this energy positively impacts the relationship and its ability to flow. Now, bringing it back into this reading, it's so interesting to me because the Five of Swords, even reversed, is saying, listen, there is the desire, as the candle goes out, there is a desire to come together, but there is a negative energy here that is being influenced. For someone here, it could actually be the evil eye. And sometimes you don't even realize that there's evil eye around you. Let's say you posted what your partner did for you, and there's just eyes and they're watching and they're just like, people are jealous. They want what you have. That in itself could be the evil eye all by itself. We want to clear this energy because regardless, it had an impact. I can see it within the cards. Now, if you are someone who is single and looking for love, we need to clear out the baggage, the obstacles, the barriers, because there's something here that is saying like what you want exists, but there is a bridge and that bridge seems to be burnt, broken, blocked, or there's some type of obstacle here and we need to remove that energy. So for everyone, it's going to be different. For me, it just feels like looking at the cards and reading the energy. This is a quick fix. All you got to do is clear out the energy. Clear it out, clear it out, clear it out. Once this energy is cleared out, then you're going to see some ease, some effortlessness, some flow. Masculine energy will show up as masculine. Feminine energy will show up as feminine. Look at that. At the bottom of the deck, we have Four of Wands. These partners, the energy comes together. It's easy. It's effortless. It works. So if there is a third party, which this is going to be like 12% of you guys, 12 to 13% of you guys, we need to clear out that third party energy quick. I'll leave it at that. But it does seem like, yep, Seven of Wands here. This could be something, basically what it's saying in the love life is that there's something here that is acting as a distraction, acting as a hindrance, and kind of infiltrating something that is good, right, promising. It could be stress at work. It could be something that you said and your partner didn't realize the impact that it had on you and you just cannot move forward. We've all been there. I can think of like 7 times off the top of my head, just on a whim of things that, I've had said to me that I'm just like, we got to talk about this. I'm really big, not on confronting things, but because I try not to be confrontational. I want to address energy when it shows up. That's just my nature. So there's something here that is in the room with us and we need to resolve it. We need to address it. So not to plug myself even further, but I have a ritual for that as well. I'm going to pause, write it down. That's what I see for the love life. I'll link it down below and write down the fact that I'm telling you guys this because you guys know I will forget. And then we're going to move on to the money reading. All right, another sip of our tea, coffee, or water, and I'll catch you guys in the money reading. All right, my loves, let's go ahead and dive into money. What is it that we need to... Interesting. I'm getting an image. I don't know if this is someone working a ritual. That's the energy that it kind of comes across. But I'm getting the image of someone stacking coins or seeing a stack of coins or a stack of pennies. I don't know what that is. Oh, these cards are jumping. I'll be right back. Look at that. Two of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords. Someone here is counting coins, counting their money. It's really smart. I support that. Someone here could be working on a budget, seeing where their money can go, or you're trying to work out if it's worth investing in something. What I really, really love is how intentional you're being with where your money is going. I'm actually feeling like someone here is going to... Ooh, wow. Ooh, okay. There's a warning here. Spirit is saying that something looks good on paper, but you may have already sensed intuitively that although it looks good on paper, this is not the right investment for you. I don't know if there's more to this investment or this project or this job or this something than meets the eye, but you're getting a sense that there might be more to this than you were expecting. For someone here, it could be how you spend your time, how you allocate your time, and allocate. How you devy your time, like separate your time. But either way, Spirit is saying, listen, you're warned. You're being warned. Spirit is really trying to emphasize, again, like I can't overemphasize this enough. Take a shot of green juice every time I say I don't even know. The reason why I'm like fogging up right now is because this message is coming through so loud and clear, and it's really serious, so it's hard for me to even focus on anything else that I'm trying to say. But they're saying loud and clear, it seems like it's going to be good on paper. It seems like you've got it figured out. It seems like this is it, and you need to know that if something feels off in your spirit, it's going to be, you have to say no. Like this is not the right investment for you. When it comes to a person and you're doing business or someone owes you money, it feels like they're going to be holding on to it. They feels like they're going to be juggling this a little bit more, than they should be, it just feels like they're holding on to see how you react, or they're holding on because they want to have a comfort security blanket. Even as I'm talking to you guys, my energy is starting to kind of curl in. It's because I feel like there's a need to kind of protect the core, protect your safe space. For someone here, hold on to your coins right now and really start to make a plan. With that plan, there's going to be a need to kind of adjust because it feels like there's going to be, don't get panicky. This is not to freak you out. It's to prepare you, right? So if you cannot make a purchase on a major thing right now, just don't. You know what I mean? Try to hold off, because I feel like it's either you're dodging a bullet or you're going to need that money elsewhere. For someone here, how it's coming through is like your cash that you may think that you have that's going to be free spending. It's actually kind of tied into something else that you may not necessarily be expecting. So with that, I don't want to say plan accordingly, but just wait. Especially if you're someone who already intuitively senses like, you know, this is a really good deal and maybe there isn't anything wrong with this, but it's just not it. Trust that feeling and then come back and report. Someone here is going, maybe this is like a bill or something that you forgot to pay. And yeah, Queen of Pentacles reversed though. Remember how we saw her up in the overall energy? Now she's reversed. There's something here that seems like it's going to catch you off guard, unexpected, as House Spirit says it. Like it was unexpected. It could be an unexpected bill, an unexpected payment, an unexpected, hey, actually, this needs to change. So with that, you try to be conservative. When it comes to major investments, let's say you're buying a house right now or a car and you really found the one. I'm not saying don't make this purchase. For you, I'm actually feeling like you can lowball, like you could get a little bit more off. And you kind of have to be brave to ask for this, because you'll be like, there's no way that this person is going to accept this amount of money. I think you'd be surprised. Like you'll really get it. This is if someone is making a purchase after investing and doing their research and they found it, something that they're just like, everything, you'll know because it's like bells are going off inside of you. Yes, this is it. Spirit is encouraging you to ask for a lower price. You're going to get it. And if you don't, if you feel uncomfortable or you haven't done this, pray about it, set intention, write it down in your notebook. You're not doing anyone any harm with this. If you're worried about that, don't worry about that. Spirit is asking you to get, and that money that you don't spend towards it, like it'll be added to something later. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're about to buy a house and the person is selling the house for a set amount of money and you're just like, okay, I made this offer and they said yes to it. And I just watched this video talking with Jess, and Jess said, ask them for a little bit less than what they were originally offering. I feel bad. But you don't realize that that person isn't telling you, and it's not that they're being shady, but they're not telling you that, you know, in the back room, the floorboards are a little weird there. So we were going to fix it, but they agreed at this cost. So, you know, if we're just going to sell it for this, you know, then they'll handle it, you know. But then you saying, I heard Jess say this, so I want to ask for 5,000 less or 10 grand less or 15 grand less than what we originally agreed upon. And then they'll be like, well, that's actually how much we were quoted to do that floor space. And they're, you know, just say yes. To clear our conscience, let's just say yes. And that money then goes to repairing, and you don't know it yet because you're not moved into the house yet, and a few months didn't pass. So that's how Spirit, the metaphor, the example that Spirit is giving. So just kind of don't be literally, look, 3 of Wands. It's almost like whoever this is kind of, God. Yeah, well, at the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. Reverse though. So it's like, it really is giving, you know, I don't want to say bad luck, because it's not bad luck. It's saving for a rainy day and kind of needing a little bit more of a nest egg, because I think you would be surprised where this money will go or how quickly you'll need to spend it. And you'll know because you will intuitively sense it. For someone here who's looking for a job, there's a lot of, I don't know why, and you can talk to me about this if you'd like, but there's a lot of anxiety in the future with you when it comes to money or spending. Or for someone here, you could be, if you applied for a job, it's like it's giving you a lot of anxiety, or something about applying or putting yourself out there or waiting, or the future when it comes to your money, your resources, is giving you anxiety. I don't know what this is about. I think because you may feel like you don't have as many options. That's how it's coming to me. Like you don't have a lot of options, or if you regret something, you're like, oh my God, did I sign up for the wrong thing? I've been with this company for how many years and we have new management. Yeah, Tower card. It's like you're wanting to really change life, uproot your life, do something different, striking out in a different, so it just feels like you're really deeply invested. I understand that level of anxiety. I myself, as a Virgo, I hate being surprised. I like to know what I'm walking into, what it is that I can expect. I don't like to disappoint, and I do like to go hard. Like I like to make sure, like abundantly make sure that my people are good, but sometimes making sure that like 3 are exceedingly well means that like 20 people are like, well, she was supposed to be here. You know what I mean? And that's something that I still work towards to this day. Most people are happy with you giving them the best of yourself without overextending yourself. But that's just your nature. You want to pour in, but then in pouring into them and you're about to pour into that other person, you know, the next group, you end up being like, well, hold on, I got to pause. And they're just like, okay, well, you in that pause, and we know we're going to get 100% of you, but now we're waiting. And now we're disappointed, or now we're frustrated. Why am I going off on this topic? Maybe someone can relate to that. But really what is it I'm feeling and I'm sensing is like, you may feel like stressed out when it comes to work or time or something, kind of like if you're going to work and you're like, I have time to stop and get coffee, you know, and then all of a sudden there's an accident, knock on wood, straight ahead, and now you're late for work when it mattered, like at a job, and your boss is like, this is the last time, and you were early. There's something here about like something that feels like stress on top of stress, when you feel like, oh no, this is fine, and then it's just like not. So what is the advice, Spirit? Like, what do we do with this? Like, what do you do? Yeah, 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, reversed. This is about putting yourself out there. Not, I don't want to say expecting the worst or planning for the worst, but giving yourself ample cushion, moving as if this is Mercury retrograde. And it's important that you give yourself some time to be flexible, to be late, to be fluid, some room for wiggle room, you know. If you're looking for jobs and stuff, you're going to want to explore your options, and you're not going to want to just say yes to the first thing, unless, again, it's a hard yes, like, yes, this is it. This is it. This is the one. So, if you can, at the end of the day, try to disconnect, to unplug yourself from the work. This reading, for when it comes to money, it's almost like someone's like, like there's a lot of like, oh my God, like that was bad luck. Like, I can't believe that happened. So, there's some things that we seriously can't control. There's some things that we can do. What you can to protect and preserve peace in what you can control, and then try again to let go. It's like the overall energy that we started at the start of this reading with the overall category. Feel free to revisit and listen to that. I do have a money ritual spell, same thing, grimoire page. I'll link it down below for those of you guys that need to, and I'm going to be adding on to them as well, just because it's one of the things that you guys have been asking me for years. Pages from my personal grimoire. To be honest with you, my grimoire is going to my daughter, but there's parts of those pages that I will share with you guys and build them up over time. Okay, so the money spell work will be down below, and now let's go ahead and talk about rituals. Well, no, let's talk about our spirituality. What is it that is the message for our spirituality for the week ahead? All right, my loves, let's dive into the spiritual aspect of this journey. Thank you so much for hanging out with me to the very end. This is the last and final message. Again, if these readings speak to you, definitely check out BehatiLove Notes. those of you guys that are subscribed, you love them. And I'm so appreciative that they're able to pour into you. This is a wonderful time to tap into that energy throughout the week. Allow me to pour into you to fulfill your cup. When it comes to your spiritual practices, and I do share rituals with them there all the time. Okay, spirit, spirit, spirit. What do you see for spirituality for the collective? I can't tell right now if this is a message for me or you, but they're saying let's switch the tarot deck. It doesn't have to be right now, but in the future, we're gonna want to use a specific deck that you use for yourself versus spirituality, which is interesting because I use this deck for myself all the time, but I'm sharing it with you guys now. I'm wondering if someone here is a spiritualist, if you are an intuitive, a reader. You may need to clear out your deck or make sure that you have separate decks for whatever, if you're working with others or shuffling for others, right? Or you might just need to do a clearing out. So that's number one. I'm going to take that as a message for me because I rarely share my personal deck with you guys. Not that I don't want to, but you got to keep them separate, you know? So, but I also feel like someone here can use that message as well. Interesting. They're talking about boundaries, enforcing boundaries, sticking with boundaries. If not, again, energy gets cluttered. Big time around the crown chakra. Someone here can be foggy or headaches, which is interesting because headaches usually show up when there's a lot of buildup of emotion. But I see this as maybe someone needs to clear out. Like you might not be clearing out your energy, your space enough. It could be something as simple, or maybe the way that you're clearing the energy out and moving from like a smoke to a mist, a spray, working with essential oils instead of smoke. It will do wonders. Opening up the windows. There's something here that needs to clear out the space, clear out the energy. Not just spiritually, but physically clearing out the energy of the space. Clarify the Two of Wands for me. Yeah, there's an ancestor here or a guide that's feeling neglected. So you may have called on this person in the past and then forgot to provide offering. Is that what you did? Yeah, Justice card reversed. They are wanting what you promised. So be careful with that. If you got to be real careful with who and what you're working with. If you are working with an ancestor and you said, hey, I'm going to provide coffee on the altar space every single Wednesday, and Thursday passed and you ain't got that coffee on the altar, you better do it. Yep. I just saw this card at the very bottom, Page of Cups. They want an offering. They asked, you're supposed to give them something. You're supposed to fulfill your promise, and they're waiting. Once that happens, you're going to have, things are going to move forward. But I'm getting this energy of like a frustrated spirit guide or frustrated ancestor. And this is for those of you that promise, like you said, I'm going to do this, and you didn't. So fulfill that promise. Clarify the King of Pentacles for me, please. Wow. Yeah. When it comes to your spirituality, for someone else here, it might be that you're going with the flow and your angels and your guides are waiting for you to give them direction or waiting for you to invite them in so that they can show up for you and move things to your advantage in your life. With that, make sure that if you are offering something that you are able to fulfill, because again, with the King of Pentacles, this is interesting too. With the King of Pentacles, whatever you promise, they're going to be like, okay, this is what you said that you could do, so we're going to expect this every single time. Make sure that it's doable. Clarify the Seven of Cups for me, please. I do get a strong sense here in their spirituality. It's like there's something, and let's say, what if this isn't a guide? What if this is your higher self, the version of yourself that's like, I need me to be consistent with me. Like, your spiritual body does really well, again, with routine and ritual and practice. So make sure that you're continuing to show up regardless of how you feel. If you are sad and you don't want to, you feel guilty bringing that sadness to your altar space, where else can you pour your heart and your emotion into your altars, like into the world, you know? What if it's the opposite? What if you're just like super happy in a really good season in your life, and you want to, like, you just are living your life right now, and now your ancestors or your guides, they feel like we helped her to be happy, but now she's kind of like neglecting, you know, her altar space. Now that she has this, it's like there's this need to kind of like, how you show up is keep that energy, keep that same energy. 7 of baskets. Can you talk to me about that? Okay, wow. First things first, 8 of Pentacles, the Empress card. I love that she keeps showing up for us. And the Page of Pentacles. So right away, your angels and your guides, when it comes to your spirituality team, they are wanting, again, it's like you kind of declaring what it is and how you see your life. It's actually giving, did we kind of talk about this in the overall message at the very beginning of this reading? I feel like we did. It's like you declaring, you saying, this is what I want. This is what I declare. This is what I petition for. This is what I'm asking for, what I'm activating within my life. And your angels and your guides are ready to pour in. They're ready to provide provision. That's the word that's coming through. Empress, the Page of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and especially in the places of your life that aren't working, that aren't easy, that aren't effortless, that are tangled. I'm getting an image of fishing line. That's so specific, but fishing line, when it gets tangled up, they're like, you have a lot here to work with, but you may be wasteful. You might be throwing away things to replace when you have something here. We just want to help you unbind this, right? And that's another thing. Your energy could feel bound to something, or stuck, or caught. So they're wanting to kind of free you from this and make this your new normal. I'm also seeing a lot of ease and effortlessness and self-love and relaxation. And for someone here, it's giving like life on your terms. Instead of showing up for others, 8 of Pentacles reverse, and just being like duty, sense of obligation, not even in work. I know that for those of you guys that read tarot, you'll be like, 8 of Pentacles is connecting to work and career. Move past that, right? For this reading, it's like how you feel like, I want to show up with my energy and contribute. That's really noble of you. That's really generous of you. But in the spirituality reading, when it comes to your energy, your vibes, they're saying that they want more things to be on your terms. Uncompromising. Like they're uncompromising and undivided. They're not trying to divide you up, chop you up. They want you to be whole. That's how they're seeing you. That's how they want your energy to be. This is something, wow, that card jumped out. Yep, 4 of Pentacles, undivided. Literally, 4 of Pentacles, holding on to what it is that you have, securing what is yours, and not having to give that to anybody else because they're just like, oh, well, once I saw that it's like someone seeing like, oh, she's eating over there, so now I'm going to go to her table and ask if I can have some because I know that she's generous and she'll always give. Spirit is saying like, whatever this is, they want you to have what's yours and for you to just enjoy it instead of you having to chop it up and put into all these different mouths that are not your responsibility. This is where that's where it is. This is where the word boundaries is coming from, because they just feel like there's things that are kind of like leeching off of you. It's actually really fucking bothering me right now as I'm reading this. Like it's really like, and it gets to me because I know this type of energy, like been there, done that. So it really bothers me to see. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this little chicken here. in the back. But for me, that means a lot. When the chicken shows up, it means a lot. And yeah, the devil card just tried to show up again. I just don't like, it's really agitating me. Yep. Temperance card. Father Sims. I love this deck so much. I usually don't share it with the collective, but we are today. Yeah, no. They want to pour into you. The way that spirit, and maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's not that you forgot an offering or that you're not giving an offering. It's just that your angels and your guides are trying to pour into you, and they're pissed off that whenever they pour into you, someone comes in. It's like a seagull. Like, have you ever seen someone holding a sandwich at the beach and then all of a sudden that sandwich is gone and the seagull is off? That's how spirit is showing this. Like, they're like, that's not theirs. This blessing is yours. And they want this energy to be removed because they keep taking things out of your mouth, and they don't like that. They don't like that. Oh, gosh. It feels really, that's what it is. You have unjustified here. Justice card reversed. It's not fair. It's not fair. Someone here, I really get a strong sense in the spiritual realms, they feel entitled to your blessings. They feel entitled to your energy. Someone here has something that they need to give to you, and they're not. They're holding on to it. And Spirit says, enough is enough. You need to pray to us and tell us, give us permission to say, you know, give me what is mine. For some of you guys, you are so, I don't want to say shy, but maybe you just don't even want to go through the battle. But that's the thing. It's not your battle to fight. Your angels and your guides will fight for you to get you what it is that you deserve. With that, you need to be protected. There's this energy. Look at that strength card. It was reversed. So I think for some of you guys, oh my God, I just felt that within my spirit. Wow. Okay, sorry. The way that these messages come through sometimes. For some of you guys, the strength card reversed shows that, I don't even know how to fucking explain this. How Spirit says this. It hit me right in my gut though. For some of you guys, you don't even realize, like, okay, you'll see people moving at this, right? At this point, and you're moving here. When the reality, you'll look at this person and be like, wow, they are so much stronger than me. Or they have this, right? They're able to do this. When in reality, they're putting in less effort because they're not pedaling up a fucking mountain. Pardon my French. You're actually stronger than them. Or you actually have more energy, like you're more blessed, but you can't see it because the obstacles or the resistance is higher for you. So it seems like you're going slower or you're making less progress when really this person has it easy and you're going up an uphill slope and this person is going down a mountain. So of course they're coasting. Of course it's easy and you're carrying all of this stuff right behind you and you never complain. And Spirit is like, it's when the strength card shows up, it's not that you're not strong. In fact, you're demonstrating incredible strength, incredible determination, incredible persistence. The fact that you don't even ask for help or you're doing this without that help says everything. But the thing is that your angels, your guides, your spiritual team will see everything that others don't see and sense or won't even ask questions, things that maybe you don't even see. And they're like, this is not fair. This is not fair. So they want to show up for you. They want to switch up so that you can have that ease that this person operating at this. And for some of you guys, and just hear me when I say this, because you'll be like, well, Jess, I don't want to make it, hard. And I hear you. But fuck that. Sorry, BFF Jess here. It's Spirit. Just don't take my word for it, right? Take my thoughts and just throw it. Just throw it. Your spiritual team is saying this is not justified. This isn't fair. We do not co-sign this. You need to let us in so that we can fix this, balance this out for your betterment. I know that you aren't going to do it. I know that you're not going to ask because you're too good of a person, air quotes, but your spiritual team says, let us in because we are going to make this right and fair for you. It's just no. So anyway, that reading was crazy. Thank you, angels and guides, for coming through in the way that you do. I'm going to go ahead and log off. But again, the rituals, the practices, etc., all that will be linked down below, including the tarot cards that I'm shuffling and pulling from. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to connect with your energy. I really, really love this space. I really, really love the season that I'm in my life right now, and to be able to continue. I always say this like a broken record, but to be able to continue to show up and share my time and my energy with you all these years later is the biggest blessing. And I will never not see that. I will never not say thank you. And really, really grateful. So we've come a long way, and we have further to go in a good way. So if you need me, you know that you can find me down below. I will be opening up for readings a little bit further this week coming. Nervous to say that out loud, but just know that that's there. I also have a solar return that's coming up, so we'll be celebrating that, and I'm going to have some family coming in, and so I will be off the radar. We are at the very final bits and pieces of orders that are going out, so you will see those for those of you guys that have been shopping in the apothecary. After the readings are done, I will reopen the shop, and for those of you guys that are subscribed to Ritual Oils, your next oil is about to go out. It's really, really special. Remember, we're going into the Burr months, September, so we are actually going to be doing an invisibility oil, and I don't know how, well, I'm not going to spend too much time explaining how an invisibility oil works, but it's really important that you have it in your magical cabinets. And I'm pointing over here because I have a ton of conjure oils, intention oils that are up. Some of them reserved, and some of them don't have homes yet, but will be available in the shop shortly. So thank you guys again so much for allowing me to sit and channel and connect with you. Make sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.